break away from the herd to join a pack. And if you dig deep enough, become strong enough to join a pride. I believe it's a herd of sheep, a pack of wolves, and a pride of lions. Just the thought I was having as I was recalculating my steps as to how I got here to this exact moment, where I was effective and ineffective, good choices, bad choices, gut feelings, and when I decided to go with my gut feelings, when I decided to go against my gut feelings, when I went along with other people's advice. And I think when I've gone with other people's advice, I've probably been burned more times than not. And based off that one average, I'd rather just burn myself by myself. And by that I mean, if I fuck up based off my own choices, well then that's all good, because I will have no one else to blame but myself. I was seeing this Indian woman making a phone call, I'm guessing back home to India. And I thought of when I was younger, where I felt the need to still be back, when I felt the need to still be back on the block with the rest of the sheep, instead of just going with the advice that I learned later in life to beat your own path, clear your own path, make shit happen for yourself. And if I could speak to the younger version of myself, you know, we're all the life force, right? We're all some sort of consciousness. We're all part of something that's alive. I think it's egotistical if I was so only egotistical and self-centered, too self-centered, over. You know what? Not even self-centered. Is it mal-calibrated or uncalibrated? To simply give this advice to some. And I'd rather share this of fuck, man. Seeing that Indian woman make a call, I'm thinking, you know, you're trying to get approval from the sheep. Instead of just saying, look, I've got to join the pack. Because if he didn't want to change, if he didn't want to grow, why study? Why learn? Why explore? Why try new things? And some people will say, "Oh, you don't understand, dog. You know, I made it. I did it." And I say, the only thing you did different was upgrade your golden cage. And it gets to me, man. It gets to me because I've just seen all the talent go to waste. Let me think of even times where I've misfired, where I'm like, oh no, maybe this will make that person happy. What if I fail? What if I don't make it? And I look at it now and thinking, fuck, if I would have gone there and ended up homeless, I could have came back as a dishwasher. And being in the Marine Corps, shit, I could eat, I could really, what's the word? I could really start splitting hairs and live off of bologna and cheese sandwiches. Although cheese has gone up in price a bit now lately. And yeah, man, even lived under a fucking bridge to get back on my feet. But yeah, there's so much. I think the best thing I could do now is simply tell other motherfuckers, hey, make it happen, jump into the deep end, swim for it. Remember your ancestors. You know, how many of our ancestors, either they were slaves or kings, you know, they either fought in battles. I would say that they lived through battles because, or they witnessed it because, well, the bloodline continued, right? But how much hardship has not going with any specific race or ethnicity in this example, but we've overcame the plague, natural disasters, war, superstition. You know, although we still have fucking Muslim scums that want to follow the fucking child raping Prophet Muhammad. Death to Israel. And we still have clowns like that. But if we discuss these things that are obvious, to put it lightly, obvious thorns in progress, we'll get over it. Yeah, so if I'm speaking to the younger version of myself, yeah, go out there, man. Fucking make it happen. This is your life. The only person that you will actually make happy is yourself. That's the most important person to make happy. If you do otherwise, man, you won't be living your life. You'll be living the life that someone else desires, and that's not a tragedy. That's hell. And I think of, you know, I like a good steak. An excellent slice of pizza, some tasty Chinese noodles, only ice cream I really don't like, I'm not a fan of, is what's the marshmallow one? Was that Rocky Road? I'm not a big fan of that, but let's say someone told me, let's say I was a big ice cream junkie, a big ice cream fan, and someone said, you know what, ice cream is so bad for you, it makes you so fat, and it's not healthy, you shouldn't do it. And I'm supposedly in love with this person. Person's a partner or a mentor or some shit, right? Part of my life. And I stopped fucking with ice cream simply because that person, simply to avoid the argument with that person. When deep down inside I'm like, fuck, you know, the caloric intake, carbs, I'll just have to burn more than I consume. Burn more calories than I consume. So, you know, and that's just ice cream. People, you know, alter their lives, man. You know, but where is it? You know, what are we becoming that? I'm trying to think of something here. Jordan Peterson said something like, there's a difference between who you are and who you're becoming. I'm trying to remember what he said, how he said that. Don't give up. Something like, don't give up the person that you could become for the person that you are. Don't sacrifice the person that you can become for who you are. Yeah, that's the warning I've got to give out. Just seeing that Indian girl make that phone call. It'd be like, you know, let's think of a quick movie, The Nightmare Before Christmas, because I've only seen it 1,000 times. How annoying would the movie be if Jack Skellington would have, instead of enjoying Halloween, Christmas Town, he was checking back every 5 minutes with Sally. Hey, how's it going? Hey, what are you doing? Hey, how's it going? Hey, how's it doing? Instead of going out and exploring, seeing the world. And that may not be the greatest example because he eventually goes over and attempts to fuck over a Halloween Town. I should make that. I think this will work. So yeah, but take that into consideration too, not to bite off more than you could chew. When in Rome, act like a Roman. I think if you follow that simple formula, shit, man, what frontiers, what new worlds, what additions, what additional, what additional doors would you open to your world? What can come from that? Wow. wonder if I should think of my head here. No, if I do that, no, that'll be pink. I think the song's called Slipping Into Darkness. It's by War. I should probably make a video about that. Be careful not to slip into darkness based off of other people's life situation.